8 Female Sex Signals You Should Not Ignore. Do you think you are able to read and to interpret the most common female sex signals? Have you ever been in a situation in which you haven't been quite sure if the woman you are looking at is interested in you in a sexual way? I think you, me, and every other heterosexual man on this planet who has the courage to look at a woman for more than 5 seconds had such an experience. One of the worst things that you can do in such a situation is to not only accept the fact that you can't read the sex signals of the woman you're interested in, but to also not approach her, just because you can't interpret her signs. What might be even worse is when she obviously shows you that she is attracted to you and that she wants to rip your clothes off, while you interpret her signs the opposite way. While she thinks about swallowing your offsprings, you falsely assume that she is just another girl who isn't interested in you. On your way home, you already think about which porn movie could possibly help you to get over her. At the same time, she goes home with tears in her eyes and anger in her heart, because you didn't approach her. Instead of having an unforgettable night of passion and lust with a girl who clearly showed you more than once that she wants you, you both spend the night alone. Do you want to know what she does as soon as she is home? She takes her Lovegasm vibrator out of the cupboard and starts to masturbate while she thinks about the passionate sex that she could have had with you. Because I don't want you to experience this feeling of regret ever again, I thought it would be a good idea to present you the 08 most common female sex signals that horny women all over the world throw at you. I hope you interpret the signs of the next girl you see the right way. I also hope that you are going to fuck her the whole night, instead of forcing her to destroy another vibrator. Number 1, she comes closer. In case you love clubs, you are probably familiar with the following situation. You stand at the bar, chat with a friend, and nobody is standing behind you. Suddenly, you have the feeling that something behind you is moving. You turn around to have a look and are surprised that a sexy girl appeared out of nowhere. You don't know her, and she doesn't look familiar. You can't really tell why she suddenly stands behind you. She is probably just waiting for a friend. I better make some space for her, otherwise I might hit her with my elbow. This is the very moment where you deserve a slap in the face. In case you have done this last week in the club, you can now allow yourself a couple of minutes of being angry at yourself. After you have hit your head against the wall, you have to promise yourself that you won't ever make the same mistake again. The fact that a woman suddenly appears out of nowhere in order to accidentally stand behind you is not a coincidence. They do this because they hope that you turn around and start to talk to them. Oh, and in case she touches your back while she is standing behind you, you can be 100% sure that she wants you. Number 2, the lip bite. What does a girl think about when she bites her lip? In case she looks at you while doing it, she probably doesn't think about eating you, unless she is a cannibal, in which case you should run as fast as you can. When a woman bites her lip in the presence of a man, she wants to show him that she is sexually attracted to him. In most cases, this is a subconscious decision and she doesn't even do it on purpose. In this moment, her socially conditioned good girl behavior gets replaced with her animal instincts that are craving for your dick. The moment she bites her lip, she thinks about something she wants to do with you that you will definitely enjoy. Number 3, ass out, tits out. No matter if a woman stands in front of you or sits next to you, as soon as her instincts tell her brain that sexual reproduction with you is a great idea, her posture will automatically change. I call this the feminine mode. First, she crosses her legs. This will naturally accentuate her hips, which makes her appear more feminine. In addition to that, she will emphasize the fact that Mother Nature gave her 2 beautiful breasts and a sexy ass. A woman who is in the feminine mode does everything she can to show you that having sex with her is an extremely pleasurable experience. A straight posture to emphasize her balloons and her crossed legs to show her prolific hips are probably enough to turn your head. This female sex signal is most obvious when you approach a woman in a very direct way. The next time you do this, you should have a closer look on how her posture changes as soon as you give her a compliment. If she does the tits out, ass out move, you can confidently assume that she is attracted to you and that she wants you to know that she feels this way. Number 4, the puppy face. What can I say about the puppy face? Please remember the last time you have been in a group conversation and one of the girls in the group always looked up to you while she smiled as if she was the surest girl on the planet. Of course, she did this in a very subtle way so that nobody else than you could see the way she looks at you. In case you can't remember any situation in which a girl looked at you this way, there is still a 50% chance that you experienced it. Most men just lack the necessary knowledge and awareness to detect this female sex signal. The puppy face communicates that she respects you as a leader and that she is willing to submissively follow your lead. The next time you are in a group conversation with a few girls, you know what you have to pay attention to. With some practice, you will easily find out to which of the girls you should talk to in private once the conversation is over. Number 5. Hello boobies. Another extremely popular female sex signal is the hello boobies move. When you talk to a woman and she slowly but steadily pulls her top down without making it appear obvious, she definitely wants you. She wants to show you more and more of her delicious breasts, but the last thing she wants is that you think that she does it on purpose. Of course she does it on purpose, even if she might claim that it is really hot in here. The only thing she can think of is to bring more blood from your brain down to your penis. While you stare at her breasts that seem to get bigger every time you turn around, she is certain of victory. Oh, there's one last piece of advice you absolutely have to follow if you become a victim of the hello boobies move. Don't even think about addressing your observation. I know how proud you are that you are one of the few men who know what's happening, but that's no reason to mess everything up. Her biggest fear is to be seen as a slut, and unfortunately most people in our society are still ignorant enough to label a woman who wants to show her breasts to a man as a slut. Don't give her the feeling that she is a slut by exposing her behavior. Shut up and enjoy the view and the fact that you will get laid. Number 6. Direct eye contact. If a woman looks you straight in the eyes and combines this direct eye contact with an inviting smile, you can be quite sure that she is attracted to you and that she wants you to approach her. The only problem is that I and many other people who have been raised in a Western country are conditioned to believe that direct eye contact is somehow rude and inappropriate. As a result of this cultural conditioning, nearly nobody is able to maintain prolonged eye contact. It really blew me away when I visited Poland for the first time and later other Eastern European countries. Suddenly, I was surrounded by women who were not afraid to look me straight in the eyes. In case you are not in Eastern Europe, you can regard it as a huge compliment if a girl looks you straight in the eyes. Number 7. The seductive smile. I already told you that the infamous puppy face isn't always obvious. The seductive smile, on the other hand, is usually very obvious. Unfortunately, most guys run around with blinders that are bigger than the ones of a racing horse. And to make matters worse, some women are a bit anxious about making it too obvious. Do you remember that the biggest fear of a woman is to be labeled as a slut? The attempt to hide her attraction leads to seductive smiles that are difficult to recognize for the inexperienced eye. That's why I want to transform your inexperienced eyes into experienced eyes by giving you the advice to consciously practice your awareness. Seriously, study the facial expressions of women. As creepy as this hobby may sound, it is extremely helpful when you want to learn to detect whether or not a woman is attracted to you. Number 8. The seductive smile. I already told you that the infamous puppy face isn't always obvious. The seductive smile, on the other hand, is usually very obvious. Unfortunately, most guys run around with blinders that are bigger than the ones of a racing horse. And to make matters worse, some women are a bit anxious about making it too obvious. Do you remember that the biggest fear of a woman is to be labeled as a slut? The attempt to hide her attraction leads to seductive smiles that are difficult to recognize for the inexperienced eye. That's why I want to transform your inexperienced eyes into experienced eyes by giving you the advice to consciously practice your awareness. Seriously, study the facial expressions of women. As creepy as this hobby may sound, it is extremely helpful when you want to learn to detect whether or not a woman is attracted to you. I really hope that listing the 8 Most common female sex signals gave you a lot of new insights and made you realize that it can be quite easy to find out if a woman is attracted to you or not. On the one hand, you have to look at very subtle signs, such as the fact that she comes closer and closer to you, the fact that she reveals more and more of her cleavage, and the fact that she smiles at you in a seductive way. In addition to that, women send out a lot of signs that are more obvious, such as the lip bite, the change of her posture, the puppy face, and direct eye contact. Another call to action is when a woman raises her glass, when she plays with her necklace, and when she plays with her hair. Women also use different emotions to send sex signals to you. Sometimes they pretend to be offended, sometimes they start to giggle, and sometimes they show their interest in a physical way by licking their lips and touching you. If you then successfully play the hide-and-seek game with her, you have already won.